personal life and my business life. We know AI is a big, hot buzzword. Everybody is supposedly using AI. If you're going on any website or interviewing any potential vendor right now, they all say that they're using AI on the back end. And, I didn't go live this past weekend. I know that we said we were going to go live every day for 60 days, and already on the first weekend, I messed it up. But if there were an AI for it, I think that we would have gone live. An AI avatar, which is a project that we've done in the past. But I'll tell you at the very end on why we film these live every day and why we think it's better to have that human interaction. So one of the big uses that I have for AI in my personal life is actually when I'm traveling or I'm in a place where I'm trying to be healthy and exercise. So I'm not at the regular gym. I might have really limited pieces of equipment. I'm trying to figure out a body weight workout that isn't the same thing that I do every day. Maybe my knee's hurting, so I tell it, ChatGPT, that's my go-to. I'll tell it, hey, ChatGPT, and I always do the voice function so that I don't have to actually type any of this out. And I'll say, hey, I have 125-pound kettlebell and my knee hurts. So what kind of 10-minute workout can I do that will hit, these muscle groups? And it'll start thinking and it'll give you a bunch of options. If you don't like one of the exercises, you can tell it, hey, chat, sub in something else because I don't want to do this particular workout. So that was one of the early uses that I had for AI. Is it took away that cognitive load of figuring out what I'm going to do when I'm working out while traveling, working out by myself in my home gym, or just, tired at the end of the day and you're like, I don't even know what to do. So it's been super helpful, that tool for us. And then in our business, if you haven't tried the Vappy AI, voice, so voice styling, it's actually amazing and creepy how much better these AI voice stylers have gotten from when I first used them a little bit over a year ago to today. So I go to a lot of conferences and I talk a lot about marketing and cosmetic surgery, about different tools that we've used to grow the business. And I've kind of become like the go-to AI person as well at these meetings. And I put together a presentation where it was, uses of AI for cosmetic surgery. I was on a whole AI committee. And I demoed the Vappy voice styler. And you could tell that there was times when she would kind of get stuck. She didn't understand what you said. You could tell it was a robot. And I redid my presentation a year later for a different conference. It was an updated meeting. And I was shocked. And I tell you, like, it is damn near human level now, where it can have a conversation. There's no unnatural pauses. It really understands what a person is saying. So I'm talking about live. Like, pick up your phone, call this phone number, and have a back and forth conversation with the voice styler. Like, the technology is almost there. So if you're not doing something like that for your business, or you're not evaluating a similar tool, I would definitely say go try it. We haven't gotten to the full implementation use, where you can replace a very well-trained salesperson. But for triaging phone calls, things like that, appointment reminders in our office, it's been really helpful. And then AI, I talked about the cognitive load earlier. For me, it just really helps me make decisions faster with imperfect data. And, I don't know everything. I don't have the time to research on the internet every single decision that I'm going to make. So I have one funny example about my book club. So me and 3 friends, we meet up usually about once a month, and we all read the same book. We talk about the book. We do the whole prompts and the questions at the end, and we have dinner and share a bottle of wine. And something that takes up an inordinate amount of time is always choosing the next book. Like, I don't know why it's so tough for us, but we sit there and we're all scrolling through our phones, which I hate being on the phone when I'm in social situations. I feel like it just detracts from the whole thing. People get just distracted by Facebook and social media. So what I do now with AI, and I made my whole book club do it, is we each come to the book club gathering with one choice. And I usually use ChatGPT to recommend, something that's a murder mystery written since, recently. And I take those four, each of us gives one example, and we just have it randomly choose for us. And then that way none of us can be like, oh, but you always pick the book, or that last book that you picked wasn't very good. No, AI picked the book, and now we can get back to drinking our wine and enjoying our meal. So that is, just one of the very small ways that I've shifted from, do we really have to spend a lot of time on this? Is this something that AI can just help me do a little bit faster? My husband's in commercial real estate, and I've been nagging him, telling him, we're trying to lease another space. And he says, well, it takes me 2 to 3 hours to put together a letter of intent. And I said, well, have you tried asking chat to help you with the questions, with the descriptions? Like, I don't even know what this looks like, but I'm 100% sure that AI has the knowledge and the speed to make that task a little bit faster. So if you have anything like that takes you hours at a time, you can definitely cut it down. So AI, we're definitely in a trust recession right now because people are overdoing it on the AI. They are vomiting AI. Everything is AI, and what comes out of it a lot of times is garbage. Like, you cannot use an M- in today's day and age and everyone not automatically just think, well, no, that's AI. And the circular speaking that it does, where it kind of just repeats the same thing over and over to sound more verbose, more like a lengthier answer, it's just very classic AI speak. So yes, I can understand my husband's hesitancy to use more AI tools because he's had, bad experiences consuming other people's AI content. So how I think we should be using AI, bringing it into our business and our personal lives, is you got to have a basic idea of what to ask it. You got to know how to guide it. And when it hallucinates and tells you something that's just totally fake, you need to be able to, give it feedback and say, hey, that's not right, or, that is not what I'm talking about at all. Like, come to it with an idea and go from there. Don't just have it do all of the thinking for you. So to wrap this up, what action steps could you take and that you're going to try to make your life, easier, to make your work more productive, to have less arguments at book club, that maybe AI could help you, and it might be something that a task that you can hand off to somebody else, and then you'll have more time for the stuff that you really enjoy.